Section 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When my young master returns to the East region, he will definitely reward you handsomely. Chapter 10. The elders take action and step on all the sections. The elders of the Shi family said this with 3 parts of sincerity and 7 parts of threats. The Holy Land of the Central Region. The Shi family is related to the Holy Land of the Central Region. The sects who didn't know about this were shocked. You should know that the Central Region is the holy land of cultivation that all practitioners yearn for. The spiritual energy is several times more abundant than that of the Eastern region, and there are dangers and opportunities. It is a state dominated by the Supreme Realm and the Great Emperor Realm. It can be said that the sects in the Eastern region are not even worthy of carrying shoes for others. Of course, if Feng Qingyang heard this, he would have to slap him twice. Can you control my Qingyun Sect? And you still carry shoes? Not far away, the elders of the Tianji Pavilion saw this scene and their eyes lit up. After searching everywhere for something, it's easy to find it. The opportunity has come. He observed that among the 5 people from Qingyun Sect, the man who had just made a move was at the peak of the spiritual transformation realm. The others were a very ordinary man in black and a young man who was hard to see through, but the 2 were too young. He could be their grandfathers, so they probably wouldn't have very high cultivation. As for Shi Hao and that loser in the early stage of qi refining, he ignored them. Shi Hao, Lin Bai, are you polite? So he sent a message to those forces again, asking them to take the lead in attacking Qingyun Sect. Elder, don't worry, our Mahai sect will help with this. And our Fuyang sect. In broad daylight, there are such traitors. No matter whose family it is, my Chifa sect has to help. The Qingyun sects Shi Hao just now made their sects lose face in public. First, it was a good opportunity to vent their anger. Second, they could follow the Tianji Pavilion to share some of the emperor's inheritance. And third, they could sell favors to the Shi family, kill 3 birds with 1 stone. With the leadership of several of them, some fence-sitters and profit-seeking forces joined in, and the momentum was huge. Selling a favor to the Shi family, this deal is simply too cost-effective. The strong men of various participating forces rose into the sky, and the clouds in the sky were dispersed under the impact of the powerful momentum. Everyone worked together to take them down. The spiritual energy was everywhere around the formation platform. The war was about to start. This was not like the competition of those disciples at the Disciple Recruitment Conference and the Exchange Conference just now. In their eyes, it was just playing house. 6 real people, and more than 20 spirit transformation realms. Outer periphery. Senior sister, let's go quickly, or we will be affected later. The forces that did not participate and the onlookers had already retreated, fearing that they would be affected. This is not a joke, Lang Bingning thought for a while. You go first, junior sister. Without waiting for the junior sister to speak, she turned and flew to the center of the ring. Senior sister. What are you doing? On the other side, when everyone was about to take action, a woman flew over. Her black hair fluttered in the wind, her white clothes were whiter than snow, and she fell from the sky like a fairy. So beautiful. After Lang Bingning's clone came, she looked around the scene indifferently. The people from Qingyun Sect are protected by Yuqing Palace. The forces were immediately stunned. Where did Yuqing Palace come from? Where did this little girl come from? How shameless. A group of frogs in the well. My Yuqing Palace is the transcendent holy land of the Central Region. You should think carefully before taking action. Lang Bingning said coldly when she saw that they did not recognize their own sect. At the same time, she exuded her own cultivation momentum. Spiritual transformation realm. Transcendent holy land. Oh my God. Such a young person in the spiritual transformation realm. This woman must be a genius from the Central Region. It's so strange. The Shi family got lucky and got involved with the holy land of the Central Region. How did this small Qingyun sect get involved with the big forces in the Central Region? A bunch of useless trash. It seems that I have to do it myself. Zhang Lao of Tianji Pavilion, who had been hiding behind the scenes waiting to reap the benefits, could not sit still when he saw them hesitate. Humph, they are afraid of your Yuqing Palace, but I am not. My Tianji Pavilion is also a holy place in the Central Region. You follow me and I will keep you safe. The elder of Tianji Pavilion also soared into the sky, revealing his peak cultivation in the true person realm. Lang Bingning frowned slightly when she saw this, the eastern region branch of Tianji Pavilion. It seems that we have to use our trump card. At this moment, a resounding voice came. You are all in a good mood. It just so happens that our sect is bored today, so we will play with you. At this time, Feng Qingyang and the other four walked slowly to the center of the venue. Master, Shihao saw Feng Qingyang and the others coming, as if he had seen the backbone. I have such a powerful sect behind me, what else do I have to be afraid of? Master, I have caused trouble for the sect. This matter was caused by him. If it weren't for him, the Shi family would not have brought Shi Tian out to show off his skills in front of an expert. It's okay, it's a small matter. Thank you for your kindness, Feng Mao appreciates it. Feng Qingyang waved to Shihao and turned to Lang Bingning beside him. Although I don't know why this woman from the central region wants to help their Qingyun sect, but she still has to show the proper etiquette when she stands up at the critical moment. It's far better to help someone in need than to add icing on the cake, although he doesn't need it. Seeing the calm look of the leading young man, the forces couldn't figure out what he was up to for a while. Does the Qingyun sect have any more cards? This is what Lang Bingning and the other forces were thinking. Humph, pretending that the elder of Tianji Pavilion was the first to attack after he finished speaking. Yi Bai and Wang Jian beside Feng Qingyang also soared into the sky. Lang Bingning also temporarily gave up using her trump card. She also wanted to see what other tricks this young man in front of her, who she had met at first sight, had, but if anything unexpected happened, her trump card could kill those people in the first place. Those who offend my Qingyun sect will be killed without mercy. Yi Bai's cultivation at the peak of the broken sky realm burst out, the violent spiritual energy swept across the world, and the huge fluctuations of cultivation spread in all directions. Break, break, the great power of the broken sky realm. Yi Bai mobilized his spiritual energy and slapped it down casually. A giant palm appeared in the sky, and the giant palm that covered the sky and the sun slapped towards the other forces. Section 13. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The surrounding space was sizzling, which was the friction sound between spiritual energy and space. At the moment when the giant palm finally struck out, the surrounding space was shattered. It could be said that the sky collapsed. No. Spare my life, I am the sect master. Everything was quiet after the screams, nothing else, just simple and crude cultivation. There's actually a little mouse that missed the clip. You can't kill me. I am the elder of Tianji Pavilion. The person who spoke was the elder of Tianji Pavilion who luckily escaped. However, he is now in a state of embarrassment and seriously injured. He sensed something was wrong when Yi Bai showed off his cultivation just now, retreated behind everyone, and then relied on his life-saving trump card to save his life. He still can't figure out why the small Qingyun sect has such a strong person. Even if he is inherited by the great emperor, he shouldn't. Finish your last words. Without blinking an eyelid, Yi Bai stepped down and trampled the elder of Tianji Pavilion who still wanted to speak into mud. The scene of the battle was a mess, leaving only a palm print 8 feet deep. Feng Qingyang walked to the edge of the ring and looked down. I won't embarrass you either. I'll give you 3 days to let your respective sects come to Qingyun sect in person to apologize. This matter is over. Otherwise, the chickens and dogs will not be left alone. Feng Qingyang's words made the remaining people in each sect tremble. Chapter 11 Sect Clothing, Powerful Qingyun, Ding, congratulations to the host for completing the task of making a splash at this exchange meeting. The sect's clothing has been distributed. Please check it. Ding, perfect score for mission completion, unlimited wholesale supply of sect clothing. Showing off. How can we not show off after slaughtering all the strong men? This time, the name of my Qingyun sect should cause a lot of waves, and I am not far away from completing the task of becoming famous in the eastern region. The sect's clothing has also arrived, but I don't know what it looks like. Does it have any other effects? As the #1 divine sect in the future heavens, can the sect clothes rewarded by the system be used for errands? When my colleagues saw it, they thought I couldn't afford it. Hey, the sect's clothing is not only available in unlimited quantities, but also has online appearance. When worn, it will be spotless, impervious to water and fire, and possessed by Taoist luck. AI drawing, no copyright disputes, Qingyun Zongfu. It turns out that your sect has such a strong man, but this little girl is just being sentimental. Even if the peak-shattering sky realm were placed in their transcendent holy land, they would still be strong as a mainstay. Qingyun Sect is becoming more and more mysterious in her eyes. We met by chance, and it is a great sign of sincerity for the girl to come forward. But as long as I, the outer elder of the Qingyun Sect, am here, these clowns who cannot show off are nothing to worry about. Feng Qingyang smiled calmly. Outer Sect Elder. An outer elder has such a powerful cultivation level, that she thought that this strong man at the peak of shattering sky realm was one of the best in Qingyun Sect, but she didn't expect that he was just an outer sect elder. Lang Bingning, who has always been an iceberg beauty, is no longer calm. This Qingyun Sect is really mysterious and powerful. Could it be a hidden sect? Senior sister, are you okay? An anxious little girl ran over shouting. Schwer, didn't I ask you to leave first? Why are you back again? The person who came was none other than Lang Bingning's junior sister Lu Shui. Senior sister hasn't left, and I won't leave either. When she saw her senior sister flying to the center of the ring to face so many strong men, she was so anxious that she was about to take out the life-saving trump card given by her master, when he saw a very powerful middle-aged man flying out of Qingyun Sect and killing everyone with one hand. He ran over in a hurry. Anyway, Lang Bingning was quite touched. She made her own decision, but her junior sister never left her. Okay, it's over now. Go back to the sect. After Feng Qingyang finished speaking, Lang Bingning stepped forward and said sincerely, Master Qingyun, I wonder if this little girl can go to your sect together. Don't worry, sect master, I have no other purpose. I just want to see your sect style. Feng Qingyang looked Lang Bingning up and down, and said to himself, these two people are from the big forces in the Central Territory. Let them come to Qingyun to see me. When the time comes, Qingyun's reputation will be spread to the Central Territory. Thinking of this, Feng Qingyang said indifferently, this sect has approved, you can come with us. Afterwards, they traveled thousands of miles and arrived at the gate of Qingyun Sect in a short time. On the way, Lin Bai couldn't help but ask his senior brother Shi Hao. Elder brother, you were so handsome just now. One person can challenge more than a dozen people and still not be defeated even if he fights across different levels. Senior brother, you are so powerful. How long have you been practicing? Looking at his junior brother who was full of curiosity, Shi Hao thought for a while. It must have been less than 3 days since his cultivation was abolished. No more, no less, exactly 2.5 days. Lin Bai was shocked. 2.5 days, then he has been practicing hard for 10 years, and he is still in the early stage of qi refining. Could it be that he has trained like a dog? At the foot of Qingyun Sect Mountain, as soon as they entered the Qingyun Mountains, Lang Bingning and Lu Shui noticed something unusual. The aura here is several times richer than the outside world. And the deeper you go, the richer the spiritual energy becomes. By the time they reached the mountain gate, their spiritual energy was already comparable to that of the central region. It is indeed a hidden sect. The location is so unique. Lang Bingning's beautiful eyes widened, and she thought so. Feng Qingyang waved his hand, and a 100-mile-long staircase spread down from the mountain. The steps were shrouded in mist, and the dreamlike scene kept changing, like a staircase leading to the fairyland. Let's go. Enter the Qingyun Sect through the stairs. Suddenly, it was clear. Various pavilions and towers were scattered in an orderly manner, and the Tao flowed. The extremely rich spiritual energy had turned into mist, setting off this place like a fairyland. Master. Senior sister, have we arrived in the fairyland? The newly arrived sisters Lin Bai and Lang Bingning were like Lu Lao Lao entering the Grand View Garden. People were numb. Shi Hao looked at the reactions of several people and smiled secretly. This feeling is really good. I had the same expression when I first came. Qingyun Hall. Sit down. Feng Qingyang asked several people to sit down, and at the same time asked Shi Hao to pour tea for them. The tea was not a good tea, but just the Dao tea that was cheated from the system 2 days ago. Lang Bingning and Lu Shui sat down stiffly, took the teacup in their hands and drank it all. The cool tea flowed down their throats, and then transformed into the Dao rhyme flowing through their bodies. This is the Dao tea. Feeling the Dao rhyme in her body, Lang Bingning exclaimed. This tea is also extremely rare in their Yuqing palace. She had only seen it when their palace master entertained a great man. It's not a good tea, you guys just drink it. Feng Qingyang said sincerely, and at the same time was thinking of a reason to get some good tea from the system. Section 14. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There is no reaction in the body after drinking this tea. System, you are born. Dao tea is a great treasure of the sect. Even saints may not be able to drink it. Ordinary people are extremely lucky to be able to drink it. You're good, you don't know how much you've shown off in 2 days. I drank too much and still had a reaction. When Lin Bai saw Lang Bingning's reaction, he thought that everyone from the central region was so shocked. This tea was definitely not simple, and he drank it in one gulp. Feel the Taoyuan flowing in the body, constantly impacting the whole body. How's it going? Did junior brother have any reaction? Not sure how looked at Lin Bai curiously. He had drank a lot of this tea, so he naturally knew the magic in it. Belch. Senior brother. I'm still in the early stage of qi refining. Lin Bai burped and said bitterly, apart from feeling that the realm in the early stages of the qi refining period in the body has become fuller, the realm has not changed. Senior sister, I seem to have seen this tea with Master. Master has always treasured it like a treasure. The master in Lu Shui's mouth is naturally the master of Yuqing Palace. After drinking tea, we chatted for a while. Lang Bingning stood up and said solemnly. Master Feng, your sect has offended the transcendent Holy Land and Tianji Pavilion in the central region. It is better to make plans in advance. Be careful with your 10,000-year ship. If you need anything, I, the Yuqing Palace, can help you. In addition to being the senior sister of Yuqing Palace, she is also the direct descendant of the palace master of Yuqing Palace. Her status is equivalent to that of the Holy Son of the Holy Land, and she still has a lot of say. Their Yuqing Palace itself is a transcendent force, so they naturally know some secrets. None of the transcendent forces are simple. Thank you Miss Lang for your kindness, but my Qingyun Sect has so many experts. In front of my Qingyun Sect, these two forces are nothing more than a mayfly and will be destroyed with a wave of my hand. Feng Qingyang Yun Danfeng said lightly, Qingyun Sect has a great emperor-level ancestor sitting in charge. The transcendent Holy Land is nothing. Even if the emperor-level forces come, they are not afraid. Chapter 12 Qingyun Sword Body, Useless Person Awakens. Lang Bingning saw Feng Qingyang's unconcerned expression and couldn't say anything more. There is no need for Feng Qingyang to explain anything. When the Qingyun Sect competes for hegemony in the central region, the world will know how powerful the Qingyun Sect is. Then Feng Qingyang started to check the system interface. The system rewards collected from Lin Bai last time have almost been used. The silver summoning card was used, summoning the outer sect elders from Shattering Sky Peak, and Wanjian Tomb also appeared in the back mountain of Qingyun Sect. He could sense that there was something in the back mountain, and a strong sword. Intent was emanating from it, but it was suppressed by Zhutian, so the sword intent was not very strong. It can be used as a treasure land for training disciples in the future. As for which disciple can obtain the divine sword from it, it all depends on their own destiny. Now all that's left is the exercises that are tailor-made for the disciples. Lin Bai, come here. Sect Master, Lin Bai, who was still grieving, heard the sect master calling him and hurried forward. I already know the reason why you haven't been able to break through. I know the reason. This sect has something to pass on to you, which can solve your problem. From now on, you will be just like Shi Hao, a direct disciple of our sect. Originally, Lin Bai was overjoyed when he heard that the sect master said that the cultivation problem could be solved, but when he heard the sect leader said that he would be accepted as his direct disciple, he was completely confused. Thank you, Master. Lin Bai responded quickly and said, Lang Bingning and Lu Shui were also very curious. They didn't know why the powerful and mysterious Feng Zone wanted to accept a loser as a disciple. This young man must have a big secret. Let go of your consciousness. Lin Bai heard the words and obeyed. System, it's time to start. A ray of purple light flew from Feng Qingyang's hand into Lin Bai's sea of consciousness. Your physique is the legendary Green Lotus sword body. The reason why you have been unable to break through is that there is no corresponding technique to refine the spiritual energy, so all the spiritual energy you cultivated is absorbed by the sword body. With this Qingyun sword art, your sword body will be activated, and your cultivation will advance rapidly. Qingyun sword body. The legendary physique is born for the sword. When the cultivation is complete, one sword can open the sky. Ling Bingning was shocked again. The number of times she was shocked today was enough to shock her for 10 years. She heard from her master that in the Middle Ages, there was a man with the Qingyun sword body who was highly accomplished. He defied heaven and killed the emperor when he was at the peak of the Holy King, and was later revered as the god of swords. I just didn't expect that this kind of divine body would be seen in the eastern region today. Not a moment. Outside the main hall, an hour later, Lin Bai, who was sitting cross-legged, opened his eyes happily. Master, I have made a breakthrough. Having just completed the first level of Qingyun sword technique, the sluggish cultivation flowed out as if it had found a gap, breaking through the realm barrier with great strength. Early stage, middle stage, late stage and peak stage of qi refining. Initial stage, middle stage, late stage, and peak of foundation building. It didn't stop until the peak of foundation building. Foundation building is at its peak. In one breath, he ascended to 7 realms in a row. As Lin Bai finished speaking, visions descended from the sky, and green lotuses surged from the earth. Green lotuses gathered at Lin Bai's feet, constantly washing his body. The vision and Qingyun disappeared after a while, and Lin Bai felt like he had been reborn. At this moment, I want to recite a poem. 10 years have been a waste of time. He suffered a lot of cold looks and abuse. Once the divine body finally awakens, Qingyun enters the realm and breaks through. Yes, the sword body is activated, and the realm is continuously breaking through. You are worthy of being the disciple selected by the system. Breaking through the realm is as easy as drinking water, but it is still worse than me. Lin Bai was about to say something when a strong sword intent came from the back mountain. Master, is it a sword master from the sect practicing sword in the back mountain? Such a strong sword intent, senior brother Shihao asked. He guessed that it should be a sword master who returned from wandering. Feng Qingyang used his spiritual sense to detect it. It turned out that it was the movement of the 10,000 swords tomb. He looked at Lin Bai who had awakened the sword body and understood it, so he smiled without saying anything. Just when Shihao and Lin Bai were still sighing at this powerful sword intent, a 3-foot green peak broke through the air, and the sword intent came sharply. It circled around Lin Bai for a few times and landed steadily in his hand. Master, this. It turned out that the powerful sword intent was emitted by this sword. Green Lotus Divine Sword. The knowledgeable Leng Bingning exclaimed again. She had seen this sword in a sword manual. It was the sword of the sword god mentioned earlier. But didn't this sword disappear with the fall of the sword god in the Middle Ages? Why did it appear here? Oh, Miss Leng knows this sword. Feng Qingyang asked when Leng Bingning said the name of the sword. He didn't know this sword either. He only knew that the system introduced that the 10,000 swords tomb buried the 10,000 swords of the heavens. Yes, I once saw this sword in a sword manual by chance. It is called the Green Lotus Sword. It was the sword of the sword god in the Middle Ages. This sword was used by the sword god to kill saints and emperors, and it was ranked first in the sword manual. It happened that the sword god also had the Green Lotus sword body, so he named the sword the Green Lotus Sword. Yes, this sword was accidentally obtained by my Qingyun sect in the Middle Ages. It seems that he has a connection with my disciple and took the initiative to fly over, Feng Qingyang said without blushing. Section 15. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Middle Ages. Tens of millions of years ago, this Qingyun sect is indeed a hidden sect, a powerful force that has been inherited for tens of millions of years. No wonder the sect has such a rich heritage. In fact, what Feng Qingyang said is half true and half false. The Qingyun sect has indeed been passed down for tens of millions of years, but it can only be described as surviving. Who can tell you how sad it is? Disciple, you must have heard it. Since this divine sword is destined to you, I will give it to you. It can be regarded as a gift from my master to you for joining the sect. Thank you, Master. Master, don't worry, I will definitely not lose the reputation of this sword and the sword god. Green Lotus Sword. From now on, I will let you and I protect our sect and our relatives together. Lin Bai felt the blade of the sword with his hands and said, Nan Nan, from this moment on, my story of Lin Bai begins. The divine sword was alive and began to clank as if it was responding to Lin Bai. The ancestor Li Qingyun was depressed. He has become accustomed to the strange phenomena of heaven and earth that will appear in the sect in the past 3 days or 2. It can be said that he is numb. I think he didn't have such a good talent when he was practicing. He relied on repeated hardships and adventures to reach the great emperor realm. When he arrived at the sword tomb in the back mountain, he felt it immediately. At first he didn't know what it was, but he thought it must be the sect leader, but as the powerful sword intent burst out, he was attracted towards it and saw the many swords buried inside, but he couldn't get close to it and could only stare, seeing the sect leader's new disciple doing some strange things, and then the divine sword automatically flying over. He couldn't hold back any longer. After all, am I not worthy of being in the great emperor realm? Chapter 13 Talent Test, the Talent of the Emperor. By the way, you come with our sect. Feng Qingyang ordered. After a while, he led a few people around and arrived at a place in the back mountain of Qingyun Sect. When they arrived at the place, they saw a huge Zhutian bell that was receiving fortune. This is the most precious treasure of my Qingyun Sect, the Zhutian Dao bell. Although it is a treasure, it is just a thing that I, Qingyun, use to test my talent. The aura that surpasses the imperial weapon, could it be an immortal weapon? Lang Bingning is increasingly unable to see through the Qingyun Sect. Good guy, are all the immortal weapons popping out? Could it be that the Qingyun Sect is the immortal sect of the upper realm who opened a trumpet to play? Test your family's talents with fairy weapons. This cauldron can also be used to test talents. It's just for you to test. You go first, sure how. Blast it with enough spiritual energy. 3 bells ring and you are a genius, 5 bells ring and you are a genius, 6 bells ring and you are a monster, 7 bells ring and you are a monster. If you choose one from a million, if you ring 8 bells, you will become a great emperor. Bells 9 rings, the emperor is above, the proud son of heaven, blessed with good fortune. Feng Qingyang said to Shi Hao with his hands behind his hands, and introduced it to everyone at the same time. Okay, master. Shi Hao moved his body, then circulated his spiritual energy and blasted towards Zhutian. Lin Bai, Lang Bingning and others also watched expectantly. After hearing what Feng Qingyang said so clearly, I wanted to go up and give it a try. Bang! After a loud crash. Boom, 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 the bell rang a full 9 times before it stopped. The bell rings 9 times, the great emperor, the favored son of heaven, blessed with good fortune. Several people recalled Feng Qingyang's words and looked at Shi Hao in shock. Master, the bell has rang 9 times. Lin Bai said from the side. Well, that's expected. Your senior brother possesses the supreme holy body and is born supreme, so it is normal for him to be able to make 9 rings. Lin Bai, you should try it too. Yes, master. After Lin Bai finished speaking, he couldn't wait to step forward. He didn't even have the courage to stand in front of the Zhutian before he was about to leave. 10 years ago, in the early stages of qi refining, he still had to test it. But things are different now. Lin Bai also circulated his spiritual energy and blasted towards Zhutian. Boom, 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 the bell also rang for 9 times before it stopped. Feng Qingyang nodded with satisfaction. Miss Leng, do you want to try it too? Senior sister, go and try it quickly. Senior sister, you have a jade bone and ice body, so you can definitely knock a lot of noise. Lu Shui also urged from the side. Okay, then I'll give it a try too. Leng Bingning was also quite curious, not knowing how many times she could knock. Her physique is jade bone ice and her body ranks very high among various physiques. Her talent is naturally superb. Leng Bingning circulates the spiritual energy, and the hair is windless and automatic. His peach-like eyes stared at the Zhutian in front of him, and then he struck hard at it. Dong, 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 dong. When the bell was about to stop ringing at the 7th tone, it rang again feebly. If the bell rings 8 times, you will become an emperor. After getting this result, Leng Bingning was still very happy. Although she was not as good as Feng Qingyang's 2 disciples, she was already very satisfied. A supreme bone, a peerless sword body, how can you compare it to yourself? Even though my realm is higher than the 2 of them now, is the world of genius measured by realm? I haven't seen someone break through the 7th realm in an instant and nascent soul in 2.5 days. His cultivation is simply 1,000 miles away. Sister, you have the qualifications to be a great emperor, Lu Shui said from the side. Her senior sister is really powerful, she is in the realm of the great emperor. He was a powerful person with a higher level of cultivation than his master. He was the most powerful person in the mainland. He was unfathomable and indestructible. He was so powerful that all the tribes bowed to him and dominated the world. The Ancestor noticed again that although the 9 cauldrons were ridiculously strong, he seriously doubted the accuracy of the test. He was already in the great emperor realm, but the bell only rang 6 times. It was ridiculous. Did I get this great emperor realm by chance? Junior sister, you should try it too. Maybe your talent is higher than that of senior sister. Leng Bingning said to Lu Shui with a smile. Okay, senior sister. Lu Shui also walked towards the 9 cauldrons with anticipation and blasted it with spiritual power. This time the bell rang 7 times and then stopped. A peerless monster, 1 in a billion. It turns out that it is not easy to become a direct disciple of a transcendent force. Senior sister, it rang 7 times, haha. My talent is not bad either. They all finished the test and looked at Feng Qingyang, who was standing with his hands behind his back. At the same time, they were thinking, I wonder what the talent of Master and Sect Master Feng is. Master, I wonder how many times you can ring. Shihao couldn't help but ask curiously. Except for Shihao, none of them had seen Feng Qingyang take action, but no one could ignore his mystery and power. He looked at the Holy Land as an ant, and he was very good at planning and had a disdainful temperament. That's for sure, Master is definitely a 9 ring. Lin Bai said the answer that everyone in their hearts agreed on. Section 16. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There is no need to say much about my talent. Feng Qingyang saw that several people had finished the test, so he decided to give it a try as well. He was also a little curious, but extremely confident that Jiu Xiang would not be able to escape. The number 1 divine body in the heavens, the divine body in the heavens, am I kidding you? He hit Zhutian with a random punch. The entire Zhutian Avenue bell vibrated, emitting a dazzling light, and a beam of light shot straight into the sky, shaking the world upside down. Dong, 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 that the avenue bell rang exactly 10 times. This. It was originally a casual test, but I didn't expect that it directly broke the limit of the Grand Avenue bell. 10 is perfect, which means that his talent has reached its upper limit and there is no room for improvement. Should he be happy or sad? This is a difficult question. Damn it, Master is really talented, I'm not as good as he is. Shihao and Lin Bai, who were still a little complacent at first, were instantly shocked by their master's talent. So what if the bell rings 9, my master directly breaks the upper limit, which is called unlimited. Sister Leng Bingning spent another time at the Qingyun Sect, and then said goodbye to Feng Qingyang. They have been out for a short period of time, and Master should be blamed if they don't go back. Master Feng, see you later. When you come to the central region, you must come to my Yuqing Palace as a guest. You 2 girls will meet up soon, and Feng will come to visit you when you get the chance. Farewell. A lonely shadow on the cold river, an old friend in the rivers and lakes, why should we meet before? This Leng Bingning can be regarded as the first person in this other world who is willing to help him. Except for the rich woman who once promised, for the sisters Ling Bingning who returned to the Central Territory, this trip to the Eastern Territory was considered a worthwhile trip. All the experiences they experienced in Qingyun Sect will be unforgettable for life. System View Personal Panel. After Lang Bingning and the others left, Shi Hao and Lin Bai entered the training hall to practice crazily, leaving Feng Qingyang alone again. Master, Feng Qingyang, Cultivation, Peak of Divine Transformation Realm, Disciples, Shi Hao, Lin Bai, Physique, Divine Body of All Heavens, Sect, Level 1, 500/10,000. Hey, why has the sect value increased? He had never noticed it before. Recruiting disciples, summoning strong men, the number of strong men in the sect, the number of disciples in the sect, the influence of the sect, and the perfection of the sect will all increase the sect points. Host, please continue to work hard and build the first divine sect without delay. So it turns out that this can increase the number. Feng Qingyang thought for a moment. Wouldn't it be easier to just invite, rob, powerful people from outside and let them join the sect through profit, temptation, coercion and torture? It is true that the Qingyun sect now has few people and is not perfect enough. Things like the alchemy hall are on hold. Let's go find some alchemists when we have nothing to do that day. Chapter 14. Heading to Huangzhou, the Wang family attacks. One day later, Shi Hao and Lin Bai walked out of the training hall. Senior brother, I have mastered the Qingyun sword technique. Lin Bai said in surprise. Really? Congratulations, junior brother, my supreme reincarnation technique has also come a step further. Shi Hao also nodded with satisfaction. Lin Bai once again felt the spiritual energy in his body and said, it's not enough to just practice hard. Why don't we learn from each other, senior brother? Okay, Zhengqiu has nowhere to show off his skills, so I'll suppress my realm and let's compete. Fighting madman and practicing madman. Shi Hao saw that his junior brother wanted to compete with him, so he happily agreed. Master has said that cultivation is like sailing against the current. If you don't advance, you will retreat. Practical combat is the fastest way to make progress. Feng Qingyang, I never said you two should not be too curled up. If you are curled up, then I will ruin it. The two hit it off immediately and came to the sect's martial arts training hall. Hey, senior brother, I won't be polite. Please be careful. Look at the sword. Lin Bai knew how powerful his senior brother was, the ruthless man who singled out all the geniuses of the sects that day, so he opened up the weapon as soon as he came up. Good time. The supreme reincarnation method, with the spiritual energy running at extremely high speed. Shi Hao also turned it up. The fists and swords collided wildly, and the spiritual energy and sword energy were everywhere. Supreme Samsara Fist. Shi Hao, who was determined to move forward, used his strongest martial arts, punching and punching violently, causing sonic booms to hit the air. Good boxing skills. The first form of Qinglian sword technique, Qinglian leads the way. The green lotus sword was swung in Lin Bai's hands extremely skillfully. When he saw his move, countless green lotuses emerged from the ground, and the sharp sword energy struck at Shi Hao. Sword intent. I didn't expect that junior brother would understand the meaning of the sword so quickly. However, Lin Bai didn't have much actual combat experience. It could be said that he had none, and he was defeated in a short time. Of course, it is understandable. He was only in the early stage of qi refining. Who would he practice with? Bullying a child. The child has a higher level of cultivation than him. Senior brother is still better. I lost. Lin Bai said calmly. He was convinced that he lost to his senior brother. No, junior brother, you just have little actual combat experience. If you fight a few more times, you will catch up. Master said that actual combat is the fastest way to progress. Lin Bai remembered something. By the way, senior brother, I have to leave the clan for a few days. I came to the sect in a hurry the day before yesterday and I haven't told my family yet. I just wanted to tell you the good news that I can practice and join the sect. Hearing this, Shi Hao said, well, junior brother, I wish you a safe journey. Thank you, senior brother. I will inform the master right away. After a while, in Qingyun Palace. How many days will you be leaving the clan? You kid must be missing your fiancé. Feng Qingyang, who had seen it all and said it clearly, smiled and said, he also heard Lin Bai's words on the day of the apprenticeship meeting. Okay then, I will accompany you for a while as a teacher. Anyway, there are no tasks for the time being, and staying in the sect is boring, so it is better to take Lin Bai out for travel. I have just traveled through time and have yet to travel and enjoy it. The only experience I have is begging all the way to Qingyun. That's great. Thank you, master. When Lin Bai heard this, he felt flattered. Barren State, the great Zhou dynasty, Tianwu City, Feng Qingyang and Lin Bai, who had traveled thousands of miles, arrived at Tianwu City, just in case. Yi Bai, the elder of the outer sect, also followed, but Feng Qingyang kept him in the dark. We're here, Tianwu City is in front of master. Lin Bai said happily, never having been so excited in his life. After a few days, he was completely transformed, and the earth-shaking changes definitely shocked outsiders. Goodbye, young man with full bow, not afraid of time and wind. I, Lin Bai, am no longer a joke. Come on, master, I will take you to our best gullen to listen to music later. Lin Bai, who was once unhappy with his cultivation, was proficient in eating and drinking, that was all. Section 17. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ahem. Disciple, I'm so excited when you say this. Is the brothel a proper brothel? Entering the city, Lin Bai found that the atmosphere in the city was quite solemn. Lin Bai's reputation was so great that he was recognized as soon as he entered the city. Look, isn't that Lin Bai, the eldest son of the Lin family? Hey. Why did he come back suddenly? The Wang family is fighting with the Lin family for life and death. Is he coming back now to live and die with the family? Although this man is a bit useless, he still has some backbone. I heard that his childhood sweetheart fiancé has joined the Overlord level force. I wonder if it's true. It's true. I have reliable information. It's really a flower stuck in cow dung. Lin Bai and Feng Qingyang soon arrived at the door of the Lin family. The guards guarding the door with swords saw that it was Lin Bai who came back, and hurried back to report. The eldest master is back. The eldest master is back. Lin Bai frowned and looked at the guards in front of the door, who were several times more than before, and they were all on high alert. He thought something was wrong. Did something happen to the Lin family during his absence? Lin Bai then entered the family and headed straight for the Lin family hall. Great, Brother Lin is back. The world-weary novel, Transfer Station 294-83-27 8.00. Brother Lin is fine, Brother Lin is back. The Lin family members he met along the way greeted him happily when they saw Lin Bai return safely. He became more confident. In the Lin family hall, Lin Bai found that all the elders were there as soon as he came in, as if they were discussing something. Buyer, you're fine, great. Lin Zhan felt relieved when he saw Lin Bai return safely. The elders in the hall also asked him about his well-being. What happened to my father? Lin Bai asked the question in his heart. It seemed that something big must have happened. The damn Wang family and the Bai family suddenly attacked us, catching us off guard. The family suffered a lot of losses. Lin Zhan said angrily. What do you mean, buyer? You killed the eldest son of the Wang family, and you insisted that we hand you over. Plus, we haven't heard from you for a few days, and we're afraid that you'll be caught by the Wang family and meet with an accident. Fortunately, buyer, you're back safely. Feng Qingyang also walked into the hall. When he heard the conversation just now, he thought of the clown who was casually beaten into a bloody mist. Father, it's all my fault. I killed Wang Tian. Don't blame you, buyer. I've long disliked the Wang family. Sooner or later, there will be a battle. Yes, this Wang family is against my Lin family everywhere, and sooner or later they will be destroyed. The elders also echoed. Well done to the eldest son. Wang Zhan and the elders saw another person coming in from outside the door, a young man with white clothes as white as snow and sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes. Buyer, who is this? By the way, let me introduce this to you. This is my master, who is also the leader of Qingyun Sect. Qingyun Sect. Why does it sound so familiar? But I still can't remember it. The forces whose strong men were killed by Qingyun Sect have blocked the news and are discussing countermeasures, so the news has not been spread yet. Buyer, you have joined the sect, Lin Zhan said with surprise. After 10 years, there is finally a sect willing to accept him. Yes, father. And with the help of my master, I have awakened my physique and broken through my cultivation. Please feel it. After that, Lin Bai exuded his own aura. The peak of foundation building. Lin Bai's operation directly shocked everyone in the Lin family for 10,000 years, it has only been a few days, and he has broken through several realms. The genius boy who once fell has now returned as a king. Their Lin family is going to rise. Many elders even burst into tears. Good. 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 Lin Zhan was so excited that he could hardly speak. So it's Bayer's sect leader. Sit down, sect leader. Someone serve tea, good tea. Lin Zhan, who had reacted, hurriedly called out, Chapter 15, Kill the enemy with a flick of the finger, the Lin family surrenders. You're welcome, Lin family leader. Lin Bai is my Qingyun Sect disciple, and he's my personal disciple, so we're all family members. By the way, that Wang family, right? When we killed Wang Tian, our sect said that the Wang family didn't need to exist anymore. Now that they've had 2 more days to run around, it's time to fulfill our promise. Feng Qingyang's words shocked everyone in the Lin family. The Wang family is a top-level force, but the words of this young man in front of him determined his death. What kind of force is Qingyun Sect? Is it a dominant force? Master Feng, the Wang family and the Bai family have 4 real people, so it is safer to plan for the long term. The Lin family only has 2 real people, and the Wang family and the Bai family also have 2 each. The 3 major families control Tianwu city together and check and balance each other. I don't know what the Wang family promised the Bai family, but the 2 families actually united together. Yes, yes, Master Feng, the Wang family is extremely cunning, and we have suffered losses. Father, don't worry, my Qingyun sect has many masters, and the small Wang family dares to show off their skills. Lin Bai, who has seen the world, is much calmer. My disciple is right, the small Wang family can be destroyed in a snap. The head of the family, Lin Zhan, saw that the mysterious master was so confident. I stood up immediately. In this case, I will issue an order as the head of the Lin family. My Lin family is willing to be dispatched by Master Feng. I am willing to be dispatched by Master Feng. Lin Zhan gave the order first, and the elders echoed him. No need for you to do anything. Yabai will go to the Wang family. Feng Qingyang snapped his fingers casually, and then ordered upwards. Yes, sect master. A middle-aged man's voice came from above. Without leaking a breath, Lin Zhan looked at Feng Qingyang who was sitting below and drinking tea leisurely, but his eyes were full of awe at this time. Who is Bayer's master? His own cultivation is the middle stage of the real person realm, but he didn't even notice that there was someone in the dark, which means that the person's cultivation is far above him. Could it be, the broken sky realm? And such a powerful cultivator has to obey the other party's dispatch, which shows how terrifying it is. A moment later, Wang family, the Wang family's main hall was also full of people. The head of the Wang family has agreed to destroy the Lin family, and all the resources of the Lin family will belong to our Bai family. Section 18. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yes, Master Bai, as long as you can destroy the Lin family, everything will belong to you. The damn Lin family dared to kill Tianer. I wish I could eat your flesh and sleep on your skin. That he has only one son, Wang Tian, and Wang Tian's talent is also superb among his peers. He once boasted personally, my son Wang Tian has the potential to be an emperor. Master Bai, our attack last time caused heavy losses to the Lin family. As long as our 2 families go all out this time, the Lin family will definitely perish. In the main hall of the Wang family, the masters of the Wang family and the Bai family were discussing the specific matters of destroying the Lin family, but they didn't know that their death was approaching. Everyone in the Wang family, come out and die, a loud voice came from above the Wang family. Who dares to be so rampant? That desperate person dared to come to my Wang family and act wild, the disciples of the Wang family were furious. We have always bullied others, and who dares to bully us? In the past, things that could not be handled in the city were solved with a simple sentence. My father, Wang the head of the Wang family and the elders in the hall were also furious. They filed out to see who was the fearless one who came to the Wang family to make trouble. As soon as they came out, they saw Yi Bai in the air. Which unknown person is looking for death? The head of the Wang family, who was already angry, was furious when he saw that he dared to come to the Wang family to make trouble. Yi Bai saw that the other party not only did not surrender but also dared to fight back against him, so he immediately attacked. The terrifying cultivation of the peak of the shattered sky realm stirred up the situation. Some of the Wang family's lower cultivation were instantly crushed to death by this powerful momentum. The head of the Wang family and the elders were not feeling well either, and they were suppressed by the momentum and could not move. Head of the Wang family, when did you offend such a strong man? If you want to die, don't take my Bai family with you, the people of the Bai family said in horror. Sir, I don't remember offending you, why did you attack my Wang family? The head of the Wang family, with a pale face, stammered. You offended someone you can't afford to offend, Yi Bai said coldly. It's not bad to let them know. The people of the Bai family heard this and immediately said, wait a minute, senior. It's the damn Wang family that offended the senior. We are from the Bai family. Can you let us go? I am willing to give all my property to the senior. Oh. The Bai family? Great, kill two birds with one stone. Save me from making another trip. As soon as the voice fell, a terrifying big hand fell from the sky, and the majestic pressure crushed down together. With a bang. The Wang family was directly crushed to the ground soon. The news of the destruction of the Wang family spread throughout the city in a short while. Have you heard? The top family Wang family was destroyed. I just found out that the Wang family offended a mysterious strong man, and the Bai family was implicated. The head of the Bai family and the elders were all destroyed. Now the Bai family is dead in name only. All tea houses and restaurants in Tianwu City are talking about this, thinking of the joint attack of the Wang family and the Bai family on the Lin family. They all speculated whether the mysterious strong man was invited by the Lin family. After a while, the Lin family, in the main hall of the Lin family, Feng Qingyang was invited to the first seat by everyone. They received the news of the destruction of the Wang family as soon as possible, and were shocked by the horror of the Qingyun Sect. The Wang family was destroyed with a snap of fingers. It was really destroyed with a snap of fingers. Master Feng, here are all the resources of the Wang family and the Bai family. Please accept them. Lin Zhan handed over a space ring and said, now that the Wang family and the Bai family have been destroyed, their Lin family is the only one in Tianwu City. Feng Qingyang accepted it. No sect would be too resourceful. By the way, Master Feng, we have another request. Our Lin family is willing to become a subsidiary force of the Qingyun Sect. I hope the Master will allow it. Lin Zhan and all the elders of the Lin family bowed to Feng Qingyang. Feng Qingyang agreed. The Lin family did not have any intrigues like other families. They were united and as a top-level force, they were not inferior to the Qingyun Sect. When Lin Bai grows up in the future, the Lin family might become an imperial family. Congratulations to the host for completing the hidden task. The sect value will be increased by 1,000 for acquiring an affiliated force. Ah! There is an unexpected surprise. System, will the sect value be increased for acquiring any force? Of course, the system will assess the level of the affiliated force and issue the corresponding sect value, but in order to prevent the host from getting stuck, the force that was coerced to join will be invalid. The system interrupted Feng Qingyang's thoughts with one sentence. What a joke, would I, the dignified sect master, coerce others? I mainly use bribery. Master, someone from the Nian family is here. Chapter 16, Ruthless Sword Manual, cut off the old love first. Someone from the Nian family is here. The Nian family is a first-class force in Tianwu City, and is on good terms with the Lin family. Lin Bai's childhood sweetheart, Nian Qing, is the daughter of the master of the Nian family. Huh, brother Lin, how are you? A cheerful voice came first, then three people walked into the hall, the head of the Nian family in brocade clothes, Nian Qing, whom Lin Bai had been thinking about, and a strange middle-aged woman. Qinger. Lin Bai greeted Nian Qing happily, but Qinger seemed to be avoiding him and didn't dare to look at him. Feng Qingyang noticed this scene with sharp eyes and raised his lips slightly. Here it comes. The marriage cancellation that even losers have to arrange is coming. Originally, Feng Qingyang was surprised. Lin Bai had been a loser for 10 years, so according to the normal process, the marriage cancellation should have been arranged. If he hasn't come yet, then I must have blessed him. I didn't expect that. It's not that he won't come, but that the time has not come yet. Brother Nian, you came here specially. Is there something? Lin Zhan asked below. The head of the Nian family first looked at the mysterious young man sitting in the main seat in surprise. He wondered who this young man was and why he was sitting in the main seat, and then he said without thinking, Brother Lin, I came here today to ask for something. Hearing this, Lin Zhan laughed and said, Brother Nian, just speak up. Lin Zhan was in a good mood today. It was just like this when people were happy. His son was able to successfully practice, and destroyed the Wang family who did the opposite, and also got close to the big tree of Qingyun Sect. The head of the Nian family was surprised to hear this. What good things did this guy have today? Could it be that he had a child again in his old age? Then he relaxed his brows and said, I came here today to break off the engagement with Qinger. Okay, I agree. Lin Zhan blurted out, but everyone was stunned after he reacted. I don't believe it. Qinger, is this true? Lin Bai stood up suddenly after hearing this. This news was like a bolt from the blue. Nian Yang. What do you mean? After reacting, Lin Zhan's face turned black and he called out the name of the head of the Nian family. It's just what it says. By the way, I heard that your Lin family suffered heavy losses after being attacked by the Wang family and the Bai family. My Nian family is not a person who doesn't remember the old friendship. As long as you agree, I will solve your Lin family's troubles for you. Section 19. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But you also have to provide a resource. Of course Elder Lao needs to take action. Nianyang turned his head and said respectfully to the middle-aged woman. This is a life-or-death moment for the Lin family. They will definitely agree. By then, Qinger's marriage will also be cancelled. We can still make a fortune and get a good reputation if word spreads. Kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Nianyang was sure that Lin Zhan would agree and was already making plans in his heart. Little Wang family, I just need to go and give you a warning, so that we can quickly resolve Qinger's troubles. The middle-aged woman said a little impatiently. Okay. My Lin family is very good, I don't need you to take action. You are a bit behind on news. Did you know that both the Wang family and the Bai family were wiped out, that the Nian family was miserable when they first arrived in Tianwu City? Without the help of the Lin family, the Nian family would not be what it is today. In the past 10 years, it has relied on the resources and prestige helped by the Lin family to successfully become a first-class family. Today I finally saw the Nian family's face clearly. The Wang family and the Bai family were destroyed. Nianyang was also shocked. The 3 of them had just returned from overseas. They had not had time to join the family and came straight to the Lin family. Naturally, they did not receive the shocking news. Did they offend some powerful person? He didn't think that it was the Lin family who did it. It was difficult for them to protect themselves, let alone destroy each other. Qinger, is this all true? Why? Lin Bai's face was full of disbelief, and his heart felt like a knife. There are so many reasons why. Are you a loser worthy of my disciple? That the middle-aged woman drank loudly. Brother Lin Bai, I have joined the Overlord Power Ruoshui sect. Master is right, we are no longer the same person. Lin Bai couldn't believe what Nian Qing said, all the vows I made have become a joke. In short, you have to agree today whether you agree or not, otherwise don't blame me for being rude. That the middle-aged woman's words made everyone at the scene tense. I want to see how you can be so rude. Feng Qingyang stood beside Lin Bai at some point. Lin Bai glanced at Feng Qingyang gratefully. So what if he gemin level forces, he also had a master and a sect? Does it mean that just because I am a loser and I have poor talent, you should deny me? Have you ever heard a word? 30 years to Hedong, 30 years to Heshi, don't bully young people into poverty. Feng Qingyang was speechless. You kid is still trying to show off your talent at this time, scaring them to death. Then what? Don't bully the middle-aged to be poor, don't bully the old to be poor. The dead are the most important. The middle-aged woman glanced at Lin Bai proudly and said indifferently, don't say that I bully you. Let's do this. If you don't accept it, I will make a decision for you and Qing'er to make a 100-year agreement. If you can defeat Qing'er, how about I personally apologize to you and the Lin family? Hearing this, Feng Qingyang's eyes suddenly turned cold. 100 years? Who has that time to play with you? 100 years is too long, so we only seize the day when doing things. Today's competition, if she beats Lin Bai, I will call off the marriage, but if she doesn't win, then she will be divorced, and Nianjia will get out of Tianwu City. Feng Qingyang pointed at Nian Qing in front of him and said, are you making a century-old promise with me? That one doesn't work anymore. Hearing this, Nianyang and the middle-aged woman's eyes lit up, it was literally delivered to your door. Nian Qing, who was in the middle stage of the Golden Core realm, had no doubts about beating a loser in the Qi refining stage. Lin Zhan didn't dare to refute when he saw the sect master speaking in person, but he still muttered in his heart that although Baier's talent was very strong, his level was low. Soon they arrived at the Lin family's martial arts training ground. Nian Yang also specifically told Nian Qing not to be merciful and let this loser clearly recognize the gap between the two of you. This is also for his own good. Disciple, my master will teach you a powerful sword technique today. Listen carefully. Without a woman in my heart, I draw my sword to the god of nature. The first sword formula, forget about your sweetheart. The second form of the sword formula can cut off the soul of infatuation. The third form of the sword manual, raise your hand to destroy the world of mortals. The fourth sword formula, kill an old lover in anger. The fifth form of the sword manual is to kill the god yourself with the sword. The sixth form of the sword recipe, one leaf opens the gate of heaven. There are 6 styles in total. Once you understand them thoroughly, your state of mind and swordsmanship will be improved to a higher level. Yes, I remember everything, master. Feng Qingyang saw that his expression was so serious when he said it, and he thought to himself, I'm just talking nonsense as a teacher. This sword manual only has text, and it's all based on personal understanding. Other side, until he went to the martial arts training ground, Lin Bai was still muttering about sword techniques. Without a woman in my heart, I draw my sword to the god of nature, the first form of the sword manual. Brother Lin Bai, come on. Brother Lin Bai, come on. Come on, eldest son. In the audience, all Lin family disciples and clan members cheered and cheered for Lin Bai. Nianyang smiled sarcastically at this, but it doesn't mean whoever has the loudest voice is the most powerful. You have to rely on your strength to speak. Qing'er, remember what I said, go ahead. Lin Bai and Nian Qing confronted each other on the martial arts field. Nian Qing was confused at first and then his eyes gradually became cold. On the other hand, Lin Bai lowered his head and muttered something unknown. Lin Bai, just give up, I won't show mercy. Seeing that Lin Bai ignored her, Nian Qing used his spiritual energy and stabbed Lin Bai with all his strength with his sword. When Lin Bai saw that his former lover wanted to kill him, he suddenly understood and entered a state of enlightenment. This is, entering enlightenment. Qing'er, don't hold back. Otherwise, you will lose. The middle-aged woman immediately recognized Lin Bai's state and reminded Nian Qing at the same time. Hearing this, Nian Qing urged the spiritual energy in his body to the limit. Without women in mind, the sword will be drawn naturally, without. Seeing that Nian Qing's sword was about to pierce him, Lin Bai suddenly opened his eyes. Blue Lotus Sword. The blue lotus sword appeared in his hand in an instant, bursting with a dazzling light, and Lin Bai immediately drew his sword to meet it. Chapter 17 Those who violate the will of the sect master will be killed. The powerful force directly shook Nian Qing away. The peak of foundation building. Brother Lin Bai, can you practice? Nian Qing asked in disbelief. No one will always be miserable. If the heart is not dead and the will is not extinguished, even an ant can become a dragon. Lin Bai said slowly, holding the sword and walking towards his former lover step by step. Come again. So what if she is at the peak of foundation building? She is at the middle stage of golden elixir. No matter what, she cannot lose today. Section 20. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The first sword formula, forget your sweetheart. Cut off your infatuated soul. Raise your hand to destroy the world of mortals. Point 3 Move sword style. Swing, pick, stab. The martial arts training ground is filled with spiritual energy and sword energy. The sword in Nian Qing's hand was directly knocked away in the 3-move sword style. Nian Qing sat on the ground in despair, staring blankly into Lin Bai's eyes, which were so cold and indifferent that she had never seen before. The fourth sword formula, kill an old lover in anger. The Qingyun sword was about to stab Nian Qingshi. Lin Bai was very indifferent, but also had a hint of intolerance. Stop. The middle-aged woman flew up to the martial arts training ground and stood in front of Nian Qing. Qingyun sword technique. Qingyun asks the immortal. Lin Bai suddenly changed his sword style and used the strongest sword he had learned so far. The green lotus all over the sky turned into a giant sword and followed Lin Bai to kill. At the moment of the collision, Lin Bai was blown away. The gap in realm is too big and cannot be made up by talent. Buyer. Brother Lin Bai. Lin Bai was knocked off the martial arts ground and took 10 steps back before he could regain his balance. This happened in an instant, and no one in the Lin family could react. How dare you? Lin Zhan and all the Lin family disciples were furious. I'm about to lose, but I'm licking a green lotus to bully the younger ones. Are you bullying me? No one in the Lin family? This kid is so talented that he can challenge me with his peak foundation establishment. You can't keep this child, otherwise it will cause serious trouble. The middle-aged woman looked solemnly at Lin Bai in the audience, and was shocked in her heart. She also felt regretful for a moment. Such a strong talent is completely worthy of Qing'er. With a little training, she will become a strong person, but there is no regret medicine in the world. You don't want billions so much, do you want to bully the small ones? Feng Qingyang walked up to Lin Bai and looked at him with his spiritual sense. He found that he was not injured but was weak due to excessive use of spiritual energy, and then said to the middle-aged woman indifferently. So what if I bully you? I, Ruo Shuizong, have never been afraid of anyone except the Holy Land. The middle-aged woman acted rogue and wanted to use her power to overwhelm others. Yes, Lord Shenzong is here, you must cancel this marriage. The originally stunned head of the Nian family came to his senses in an instant. Yes, so what if Qing'er loses? Ruo Shuizong is a dominant power, so what are he afraid of? Those who rely on human power, do you want to guess how the Wang family and the Bai family were destroyed? Feng Qingyang smiled coldly at Nianyang's words. Nianyang was stunned for a moment. Yes, he noticed something was wrong when he first entered the door. A strange young man was sitting in the head seat of the Lin family, and he was able to bypass Lin Zhan's decision. Could it be that the Lin family is also affiliated with big forces? Who do you think you are as a waterbender? Just like the Wang family and the Bai family, it's easy to destroy you. The poor reptile deserves to be stepped on for the rest of his life. How dare you insult me like water? Before the middle-aged woman could finish speaking, a huge human face appeared in the sky, the weather changed, and there was lightning and thunder. Anyone who goes against the wishes of the sect master will be punished. The huge palm smacked the middle-aged woman into powder. The head of the Nian family was so frightened by this scene that he became incontinent. You see, the power you rely on is like an ant in front of our Qingyun sect. Your daughter's talent is not even worthy of carrying my apprentice's shoes. The sect master is mighty, the Qingyun sect is mighty. As an affiliated force of the Qingyun sect, everyone in the Lin family was very proud to see this scene, not to mention how relieved they were. Abolish your cultivation and throw it out, get out of Tianwu city. After Feng Qingyang finished speaking, he turned and left. Just leave the rest to the Lin family. As for why not kill them, sometimes life is more painful than death. As a result, the Nian family's father and daughter, whose cultivation was abolished, were thrown out, and the Nian family also moved away in despair. On this day, everyone in Tianwu city seemed to be in a dream. One big news after another shocked everyone. First, the Wang family and the Bai family among the three major families were uprooted. Once again, the Lin family, which was left with only one hand to cover the sky, announced that it would become an affiliated force of Qingyun sect. Then the Nian family, a first-class force that had good relations with the Lin family, was expelled. I heard that the major cultivation level of the Nian family was abolished. Although the Lin family did not say it clearly, everyone knew that the Wang family and the Bai family were definitely destroyed by the Qingyun sect to which the Lin family took refuge. Lin Bai and Feng Qingyang listened to music in Gulan and then embarked on the journey back to their clan. However, the two of them were not in a hurry and walked very slowly. After finally getting out, they naturally wanted to go sightseeing. Master, in front of us is the border of Great Zhou. There are few people on the ancient road, and the large green trees that cover the sky are cool, and the wild flowers blooming on the grass add a lot of color. After crossing the border, hurry up and return to the clan. Feng Qingyang thought that the 3-day period set for those sects was coming soon. If he doesn't apologize for more than 3 days, don't blame him for going on a killing spree. Chapter 18 The Empress of Zhou got the secret key. Master, there seems to be someone fighting in front. Lin Bai used his spiritual sense to detect and found that many people were fighting in front of him. It's none of our business. I won't offend others unless they offend me. Let's go. It's just that this ancient road is the only one, so they still follow this road. Qin Ruoxue has no way to escape. Give us the secret key obediently, and I might consider leaving a whole body for you. Of course it would be even better if I could play with you again. My Lady Empress. Ha ha ha. The general stared at one of the women with lustful eyes. General, someone is coming. A soldier detected someone coming and hurriedly said to the leading general. What a bummer, let's go see who it is. On the ancient road, more than 50 soldiers on horseback were besieging 2 women. You traitor, don't even think about getting the secret key. Even if I, Qin Ruoxue, die, I will not let you get it. Your Majesty, I will cover you, you run. At this time, Feng Qingyang and the other 2 also came over.